When are you guys going to wake up and realize that a lot of the churches you're going to are pyramid schemes?
Okay, so for those of you that actually go to church and donate your hard earned money, do you actually know what your money goes to when you donate to your church? Because I know some of you, can't really afford much and you give what you can, and that takes money out of your own mouths, maybe. You might give, your last few dollars to church. And I'm curious if that church actually helps your community or not, or if they just pocket your money. So I'm actually going to be testing and seeing if local churches in my area first are willing to help somebody that's in need when they call up and ask for help, or kind of like what the response is in general that they give me. I honestly don't know if they're going to be willing to help somebody in need, or if they're going to be like, no, sorry, we can't help you. And I honestly, like, my take on it, my personal beliefs, because I don't go to church, is that they're not going to want to help anybody that doesn't specifically want to go to their church, or interested in going to their church, or doesn't already attend their church.
Remember, yeah.
That's my view. That is my personal view. I want to be proven wrong. Okay, I want y'all to know that. I want to be proven wrong. But I am going to test it. And I'm going to call them, and I'm going to call them on the phone with you so you can see what is said and how they respond, and if they are willing to help somebody in need. I will be lying and making up stories and scenarios to see if they're willing to help. If you're investing your hard-earned money to give to your church, that church should be giving back to you and your family when you're in need, and it should be giving back to your community with that money, okay? I live in a Bible Belt. I live in Somerset, Kentucky. It's a very, very small town. We probably have 100 churches here. I never see churches come out to help anybody. Okay? Never. And I'm about to see that if I call them up personally, if they're willing to help somebody that calls and is in need. Stay tuned. So I'm calling your church to test to see if they are willing to help feed a starving baby. So right now I'm about to call First Baptist Church in Corbin, Kentucky. And it says, we are a Christ-centered, service-oriented family of faith who remains linked to Baptist roots while learning to live graciously in an ever-changing world. Let's see if they are willing to help feed a starving baby, though.
First Baptist Church.
Hey, yes, I was calling to see if y'all could help with baby formula at all.
I'm sorry?
I was calling to see if y'all could help with baby formula. I have a 2-month-old and she's been out since yesterday, and I'm just trying to find somebody that can help her.
No, we don't typically have baby goods here, and certainly not formula that I'm aware of in our food pantry. You might try Central Baptist Church.
Yeah, I've already called them.
Okay, I started to say I don't think they do formulas. But no, ma'am, I don't even know where to refer you.
Okay. It's not something y'all could get and I could just pick it up?
No.
Okay. All right. I just want to let you know that I am doing a social experiment, so I actually don't have a crying baby and don't have a need. I'm actually just calling churches to see which ones would feed a starving baby. So yeah, I just want to let you know that.
Well, I appreciate that, and that's very much needed, and we do what we can. We have a White Flag ministry that feeds the homeless people. We have a food pantry that's opened every week that helps feed, but now I don't think that baby formula is an item that is made available here by us on a regular basis.
Okay. Personally, I just feel churches that are pro-life, that should be something that they should definitely consider offering in the future.
I don't disagree with you.
Okay. Well, I hope you have an amazing day.
Thank you.
All right. Bye. That was awkward. I don't like telling them. It's different when, like, they agree to it and they want to help, but it's definitely, like, You failed. I'm sorry. I am glad they have a food pantry, but why would you, of all things, not have formula for babies? Like, I think that's crazy. But, hopefully this brings awareness and change.
Mm-hmm.
She could have cared less. Hey, this is the Islamic Center that was calling back in. So, hold on. Let's go for it. They called me back. The Islamic Center of Charlotte just called back. Let me get my baby.
Islamic Center of Charlotte, what we're looking.
Hi, yes. I was trying to call. I have a 2-month-old baby, and I ran out of formula last night, and I was wanting to see if there's any way you all could help with a can of baby formula.
We can, ma'am. Where do you live? Do you live in Charlotte?
Yes, I'm like 10 minutes from you all.
Okay. And what kind of formula you do with your baby?
It's the Good Start.
Good Start. Yeah, that's fine, ma'am. If you come over here, we'll help you.
Okay, hold on just 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm actually doing a social experiment. So I don't have a baby and I don't have a need. But I am doing a social experiment just to see which churches would actually help a starving baby. And unfortunately, there's so many that say no. And you immediately was like, yes, of course. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for your heart. Definitely. And also to see if it was okay if I posted this on TikTok and maybe put your information on there for your church where people can send donations. Maybe if they...
Yeah, no problem, ma'am. We do what we can. We appreciate your kind words. Thank you.
No, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing. Thanks. You too. Bye. Oh, he instantly... He didn't... Like the only question that he asked was, where are you located at and what kind do you want? No other questions. These other places are, they need to pay attention. These other churches need to take notes. But yes, okay, so I was going to do this one earlier and he didn't answer. But it was the Islamic, hold on, where did he go? The Islamic Center of Charlotte. So I have to look them back up because I'd already went on because nobody answered the phone. Hold on. Yeah. So yeah, the mosque that's in Charlotte, North Carolina. So the Islamic Center of Charlotte. Such an amazing guy. No questions asked. Would you need it? Okay, let's go. Awesome. Okay, so I've been calling your churches to test to see if they would help feed a starving baby. And somebody requested that I call a anti-abortion clinic. So I actually found a Portico Story in Murfreesboro. I have no clue how to say that, in Tennessee. So we are going to call them. Apparently they are anti-abortion, and see if they would help with baby formula.
Thanks for calling Portico. This is Catherine. Can I help you?
Hi, yes. I was calling to see if there's any way that you all could help with baby formula at all. I have a 2-month-old and she's been out since last night and nobody can help.
Oh, no. Are you a client here?
No, but I've been calling a lot of places and they told me to call churches and everywhere else, and I've been calling everywhere and
I know. Yeah, with the week stuff going on.
Yeah.
People are out. If you come over, we can give you just enough for a day or two. What we would prefer you to do is sign up as a client, and we've got Earn While You Learn classes, and you go through the classes and learn stuff that's actually important to you, and you choose what you want to do, and then you earn baby bucks that you can buy formula and diapers and wipes and all that stuff. Would you be interested in doing that?
Oh, hold on just 1 second. Let me turn my baby off. Okay, actually, this is a social experiment. Usually I'm testing churches to see if they would help with babies, providing formula for them, and somebody requested that call one of you.
Okay.
I actually didn't know about all the services you offer, though, honestly.
We
I
offer
think
a
that's...
ton of services.
Yeah, I honestly think that that's amazing. Are you all like a pro-life establishment?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, the fact that you are pro-life and you actually help, I mean, that really does say a lot. So I do have to say that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was surprised, first of all, that you would even offer, because a lot of churches have not even offered to help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, even the Bucks, I did not know about that. I think that's very
Yeah. Feel free to
amazing.
refer people over here.
Awesome. All right.
'Cause
Well, I think that's a great resource for people that want to keep their babies. I am
Yeah.
pro-choice, but I do believe that people that want to help or keep their babies, this is a great thing that y'all are doing.
Well, we offer pregnancy tests and ultrasounds, and then we'll talk through options with them and educate the client on adoption and abortion as well as parenting. And then, we make it very clear and upfront that we're a Christian organization, but we don't push it on anybody.
Well, I think that's awesome. I mean, props to you all. I think that's absolutely amazing.
Well, thanks.
All right. Well, you all have a great day. Thank you.
When are you guys going to wake up and realize that a lot of the churches you're going to are pyramid schemes? They're money laundering. They're scammers. Your tithing is not going where it should be going. When are you going to wake up and realize that? I know y'all not going to like this one. There is a woman on this app that is doing essentially a social experiment where she's calling different churches in Kentucky of different denominations, saying that she has a hungry baby, playing even baby screaming sounds in the background, saying she has a hungry baby and needs formula, and sees what church is willing to help her. And she's done like almost 30 churches now. You want to know how many churches out of like those 30 churches that have actually been willing to help? 3 churches. 3 churches. A Catholic church, a mosque, and a Baptist church. Always minorities. It's always going to be minorities. Never a white nationalist Christian church. Never will be one of those. But it's just very interesting how y'all are so surprised. This is one of the reasons why I have turned away from religion. Now, would I say I'm still faithful? Yes. Do I believe in God? Yes. But I don't believe in organized religion. I don't. And this is only one of the many reasons. And shout out to the Catholic Church, because I was raised Catholic. Shout out to the Catholic Church. Like, they called back and were trying to help her. So I got to put a shout out to Catholic Church. Even though I may not attend church, that really honestly made me proud. But when are y'all going to wake up? When are you going to wake up? That church is a political pawn now, too, as well. Your churches are becoming a political pawn. And most of these churches are out for your money. They're out for your money, not really to help the needy, not to clothe the poor, not to aid the sickly, not to feed the hungry. Like, wake up, people. This is the times we're in.
If you pay your tithes and offering to a church and somebody call your church asking for a baby formula because their child is crying and hungry and they tell her no, are you still going to pay your tithes and offering to said church? Well, let me tell you, okay, this lady been calling about 30, 40 plus churches, okay, saying that her kid is starving, she needs some milk, she needs diapers, she needs everything, child. The church has been telling her, listen, okay, go kick rocks. Ain't nothing I can do for you. They did not say that, okay, but essentially they told her no. But as a church that you pay your tithes and offering to, it makes you think, well, what am I paying tithes and offering for, okay? If y'all not feeding a needing child, what exactly is you doing, okay? Out of all the churches that this lady called, only a few was willing to help her out. That was a Catholic church, a Baptist church, and a mosque, okay? As far as these other churches, listen, okay? They will tell you, hit the road, Jack. Don't come around here.
We gotta tax the churches, okay? Even before Nick Haley started doing this riveting investigative journalism, the fact that evangelical churches and pastors often pressure their congregation about partisan politics from the pulpit and still got to enjoy tax-exempt status was a big problem for me. But hearing white evangelical church after white evangelical church refuse to help this mother, hearing her baby wailing in the background with just like a simple can of formula because she wasn't a tithing member, really drove the point home. If they're to continue to enjoy tax-exempt status, there needs to be more transparency and there needs to be a requirement of allocation of a specific amount of funds to community service, philanthropy. some sort of community aid. And the only reason I'm not just blanket stating they should lose tax-exempt status altogether are because of the Catholic churches, the mosque, the Buddhist temple, and Black churches who immediately offered assistance without requirement or question. These videos have done more to show that these Christian nationalist churches, which is exactly what they are, white evangelical churches, are just Christian nationalist Chuck E. Cheese with a PDF file at the pulpit who thinks more about Donald Trump than Jesus Christ.
What's crazy about the social experiment where the young lady is calling different churches to see if they would donate a single can of baby formula to her while they hear a newborn 2-month-old crying in the background is that SNAP benefits got cut off November 1st. I wonder how those same churches that are telling her no are helping their constituents who might be dealing with the loss of SNAP benefits. Like, matter of fact, not constituents, that's for the political congregation. How are they helping their congregation that is starving? Mind you, one church said members only. Huh? And of course, everyone's bringing up the fact that the Black churches, a church in Appalachia, and the mosques didn't ask much questions and was simply, where are you? How can we get to you? How can we get this item to you? How can you get to us? I'm really sitting here dumbfounded, bro. And she's saying now that she'll call your local church for you. I have 2 churches that I think I need to make sure. I have a feeling that they will, but I need to make sure that they will be behind this, because what? And I'm prepared, because the people are already in the comments, oh, they getting crazy on Facebook. They saying that you scam me. Yeah. When it gets to the news, or in media, when it gets to the news and that headline says, oh, this woman is scamming and making up lies about how these churches won't help her. Churches won't help her. Case in point, right? I'm saying a lot of words right now, like it's already been 1:30, but I'm really dumbfounded about this. But honestly, blessings onto her. Blessings onto her, because this is the type of nonsense that needs to be exposed underneath the capitalism regime. Oh my gosh.
I'm calling your church to test to see if they are willing to help feed a starving baby.
This woman is going viral for calling up churches saying that my baby is starving, I've run out of formula, can you help me? All the churches say no, except so far 2 Black churches and 1 mosque. And I don't want to sell this, but this feels to me like our selling of indulgences moment, where, like, you know, in the late medieval period, the church was selling indulgences, the bishops were living very lavishly, they were building these really, you know, grand cathedrals, and the poor were starving. And it was very much part of the Reformation and kind of the decline of the power of the church, because they were dressed in gold and people are starving. To the point where if you were just an average person, if you supported the church, it became like embarrassing. Like, you support that? Like, that's so embarrassing for you. Like, I'm embarrassed for you. So now we're in a situation where people are being affected by the government shutdown, and here's the chance for the churches. This is the deal that we made you, that you don't have to pay taxes, and in return, you're doing soup kitchens, you're doing, you know, homeless stuff, you're doing addiction recovery, you're doing, you know, you are providing service to the community. That's the deal that we made. And it's very clear, and love her videos going viral here, that it's very clear that you have not held up your end of the deal. So there is something here. I'm feeling a vibe here. It's like the combination of like the Wall Street Journal article that shows that the Mormon Church has billions of dollars. It's an investment wing. Not a single dollar of it goes to humanitarian aid. Not a single dollar of it goes to taxes. And then, you know, people calling churches and they just saying, you know, like, we can't help you. That's not what we do. And then you combine that with kind of a blue wave. We're starting to see some fractures with this power dynamic of church and state and Christian nationalism. And historically, why this is exciting for me, I got super excited when I kind of saw her going viral, is historically when trust breaks, the public demands either reform or kind of punishment. It's essentially her calling churches saying, you claim moral authority, prove it, and then kind of hanging up on her. This happened even in Spain in the 20th century, where the church was hoarding. They had collected all of the land, and they were hoarding the land and a significant amount of wealth. And they got enough public support that the state was able to basically force sell-offs of the church and basically say, no, this land belongs to the public now. We may be a long way from true reform. In France, for example, they actually removed the tax exempt status from Jehovah's Witnesses and also like retroactively taxed them, which was really interesting. We may be a long way from that because when religion combines with politics, that marriage, it's just so powerful that it takes a long time in order to break that marriage up. But we're seeing some cracks, and I think it's positive.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thought about this conversation down in the comment section. But as always, please keep your respect for you on this channel. We're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thought. Love to know what you think. Anyway, so here's my own thought on this conversation is I've said this 1,001 times here on this channel about how I don't believe in any form of religion, but I do believe in God, and how I've deconstructed religion, and a lot of things have led me to that place where I don't subscribe to any religion. I don't want to. I believe in God and I still communicate with Him, and it is what it is. And this is one of them. And I have my own personal story, and that happens to me years ago, which I'm going to share with you guys. But those are some of the things that eventually gave me that courage and everything for me to start doing the research on what it is really was really going on and all that. And a lot of people don't want to admit, especially in the church, that I'm talking about church because I was raised in a church. I was raised in a Christian household, that a lot of these churches is a business empire. It's not a place to connect with God. It's more of money for them. And I'm speaking in the respect of being in Nigeria. In Nigeria, if you know Nigeria, we have a lot of these mega churches, and they really don't do anything for the community. And one of the breaking moments in my life, or one of the very start breaking moments in my life, it happened when I was in the university. I was in the university. I was going to this church, and I'm going to call the name of the church. It's known as Living Faith Bible Church, aka Winners. That was the church I was going to. And while I was at the church, I'm the type of person, as much as I'm like very, very friendly, I just feel like there are some certain service you do, you don't need to be loud about it. So I was myself and my friends, we usually do the sanctuary cleaning thingy. So that is usually done on Saturday or early mornings of Sunday. We go to the church and we clean the church and all that, sweep and all that, tidy up the place, get the chairs arranged and all that. I did that. I was going to church religiously, but I was not the type that I don't mix with outside my clique. Like I'll not go in front of the pastor and get noticed, which there are some people that do that so that they can get noticed in church. That was not my cup of tea. I just wanted to build a relationship with God and also serve in His house. And that was what I was doing. Fast forward to when I was about to graduate, I had an issue with a lecturer that was sexually harassing me. And at this point, it was so devastating for me. I'm not going to go into details what happened there, but it was so devastating for me that I was bawling my eyes out. I was crying, and it just seems like I will never graduate from school at this point because I already have an extra year, and here comes this harassment again. That means I'm done. My family was already writing, my dad has already started writing me off. They were saying I didn't go to school. Like a lot was going on with me personally. So when the sexual harassment started from this lecturer, it just blew everything up for me emotionally. I was almost at that point. So a whole lot just happened. So I was broken mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and I was crying my eyes out. And I remember my friend telling me that, you know what, let's go to church. I was like, you know what, that's what I'm going to do. That's the only place I have, because I really believe that that was the only refuge I have that can save me, because I don't have anybody I can call that can help me. So I just stood out, like I just walked out and I went to church with, like, I was, those ugly cry, you cry your faces. I was crying my eyes out. I got to the church, and I was waiting to see the pastor and all that. The secretary was there, like looking at me. So I was still crying. I was still very emotional. I was still crying. And mind you, I really want to point out to you guys, I'm a very petite woman. I'm 5 foot 5'1". I'm a very small woman, and I look way younger than my age. You guys already know that. But just imagine me back then, how much young. Like, I literally look very, very young. I was a child, literally. So the pastor came the pastor came out and walked into his office, not even paying attention of this young child sitting by his office entrance, trying to see him, and just what's going on, because I was literally crying like somebody died or something. But the humanity is not humanity. This man walked inside. I can't even remember his name now. I will have called his name. I can't, like, I've blocked that part in my brain. He walked inside, and then the lady went inside to tell him that I want to see him. But before he even came in, she was already asking me where is my membership card. There's this membership class thing you do. What do they call it again? I can't remember the name. This is a long time ago. There's this class you do. They give you a certificate and all that. She was asked, "Are you a member?" They don't know me. I should go bring it. And at that point, I was like, I need help. I need guidance. I need somebody to be there, like, advise me, or probably even help me talk to this lecturer, or do help me with something. Like, at this point, I need some guidance or some. But rather, they were asking for me to prove that I was a member of the church. But still, I was like, I'm still going to wait to see the pastor either. Which I waited. The pastor came and passed me with my crying, ugly face, passed me and went into his office. And they literally came back. The lady went, I think she went inside to tell him that I want to see him, but I didn't, they don't really know me as a member. And I said I'm a member, that they'll need me to bring my certificate. And he said that, yeah, that I should go bring it, that they can see me without it. And for me, that was what broke it for me. That was just when it clicked on me that this place I thought was a refuge, this place I thought that it was God, my father's house. It is not my father's house. Nobody will protect me here. Nobody will stand up for me. Nobody cares for me there. And that really broke something in me, because I really gave it everything. So it really broke something in me. And that led me into that place where I started doing other research and other thing that brought me to where I'm at today. So seeing this woman do this research and seeing how a lot of these churches responded to it, and only three religious places called her back out of 40 something, really speaks a lot about what it is. And if you know Nigeria churches, which I almost refer Nigeria, because that's why I know I cannot really speak about that because I don't live there, but they just clearly shows that this is a universal thing that is going on, that these churches, they keep taking and taking from people. They keep telling you your blessings is in heaven, why theirs is on earth here. They keep telling you it's all vanity, why they accumulate so much of your wealth to build their family and build family wealth. In Nigeria, you will see a man that is a pastor, his daughter, his son will also be a pastor. It's almost like the entire family is being called by God. Yes, they are the blessing ones. So this is not me telling anybody not to go to church. Like, do what you like, do whatever fills your spirit and all that. But do it with a very intentional, and be very, very cautious about what you're doing. Because another thing, fast forward, after that incident, did I still go to church? Yes, I still went to church. I still went to church. I was still a church goer. And I remember there was a time I told myself that I'm not going to be paying tithes. I am not going to be paying tithe. I wanted to start my business. And then I started saving the money for tithe. My salary was barely nothing at that time. I started saving the money for my tithe. And in how many years plus my little savings I was trying to do at that time, I was able to save up money that I used to start up my business, my makeup business. And I knew if I had gone to the church to tell them to come help me with money for business, they would have given me a lot of story back and forth and all that. So I'm not surprised at all, but that just tells us as people, especially religious people, to be very, very, like, don't just move, like, know where your money is going to, especially at this climate where everybody is struggling and money is stiff on everybody. No, know where your money is going to, because It's not what it's. Even in Nigeria, yeah, a lot of these churches, the property they say they are buying for the church is in the name of the head pastor, the owner of the church. So these are a lot of information people don't want to admit. They say, "Oh, this is my father." That's not your father. That's your hard-earned money. And when it comes to push comes to shove, this same church that you're giving this money to, they're not going to stand up for you except they know you. If they don't know you, you're not a member, it's most likely they are not going to help you. And this is the same church that tells you to be like Christ. This is the same church that tells you that, oh, love your neighbor as yourself, but yet they are not able to stand up for people. And then just even looking at what's going on in the US now, where food stamp and EBTA is being cut off, this is the time for these churches to step up because they are not even paying tax. Anyway, guys, this video is already too long. Let me know what you guys think about this conversation down in the comment section. But as always, keep it respectful. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We are banging conversation. So go ahead, feel free, share your thoughts. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see. And that'll be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in my next video. This is